Hey, this is a tutorial on G67 1.6 AB2, multiplying and dividing integers. And I'll just do a couple here, just quickly review. If we have an even number of negative symbols, we are going to have a positive quotient or product. If we have an odd number, we are going to have a negative quotient or product. How about this one? We've got 3 times 12. 3 times 12 is 36. We've got one negative symbol. That's an odd number. That's a negative 36. Here, 2 times 5 is 10. Times 3 is 30. And we've got 1, 2, 3 negative symbols. That's an odd number. That's a negative product here. Here, 80 divided by 5 is 16. That's a positive 16 because we have 2 negative signs there. Okay, let's get down to the heart of the matter here. Let's take a look at 15. We have to substitute in these values and see if we can figure this out. So we've got 5. Remember to put it in parentheses. S is 11. And then that's over t minus 4, and t is negative 7 minus 4. Okay, now you just do this step by step, just like it was a order of operations thing. So this is going to be 55. Now we have minus 4, or minus 7 minus 4. So I'm going to change this to plus and negative. It makes more sense to me that way. So negative 7 plus negative 4 is a negative 11. 55 divided by 11 is 5. And let me slide that over so I can get that 5 in. That's going to be a negative 5 because we've got only one negative symbol there, an odd number. Let's try this one here, 16. We have 42, negative 42. And we've got r minus t. R is negative 4. Negative 4. And t is negative 7. Oh, hit me with the double shot. So since t is a negative 7, we end up with minus a negative 7. So really what we have now here is we have different signs. So the difference between 7 and 4 is 3. And it's a positive 3 because the 7 has the larger absolute value. 42 on top. 42, negative 42, thank you. Negative 42 divided by 3, well, it goes in there. It's 14, and it's a negative 14 because that this here is a negative 14 because you only have one negative sign there. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's take a look at 18. This looks to be a challenging problem. We're just going to do the same thing I always do. We're just going to substitute stuff in. So we have a 2, and put the parentheses. T is negative 7, so that's 2 times negative 7. We're going to go plus 4, and then we've got an exponent out there. We have to square the whole thing and then divide it by 4. Okay, so 2 times a negative 7. 2 times a negative 7, that's going to be a negative 14. We'll do that plus 4. That's squared divided by 4. Then we have a negative 14 plus 4. Well, those are different signs, and the difference is 10, and it's negative. Now, the exponent is outside here, so what we're going to end up here is it's really a negative 10 times a negative 10, and that's going to give me, slide that down for you, that's going to give me a positive 100, and then we have to divide that by 4, and that's going to give me 25. Okay, yeah, so you can do these. They're a little bit challenging. I like this one. Find the mean of each set of integers. How do you do this? I don't know. Let's see if we can figure it out. Let's add up all the negatives first. So we have a plus 5, that's a negative 13. And then we'll add in the 9. And so I'm at negative 22. Negative 22. Now let's get the positives. We have 3, 5, and 2. Well, 3 and 5 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. So we have a negative 22 plus 10. Now remember that the mean, see if I can write this over here, I got room. Mean, I always remember this as me is me. Here we go, mean, add, and divide. Add and divide. That's the worst looking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Mean. me, add, in, divide. Me, add, and divide. All right, so we have to add these guys up first. So we have a negative 22 in the negative, and we have a plus 10, so that gives me a negative 12. Now there's 6 values, so if I take 12 divided by 6, I'm going to have 2, and it's going to be a negative because I only have one negative sign there. So answer to number 19 is negative 2. You can do those others by yourself. Now let's scroll down here. Try a couple of these bad boys down here. Still trying to get over how I screwed up my writing there. All right, so how are we going to do this? Find each product or quotient. And let's do this guy here. Well, this is just going to be 3 times 3, and it's going to be written like this, 3 times 3. So that's a positive 9, of course. We're going to take that times, and this again is negative 4 times a negative 4 like this, because the exponent is on the outside there. So that's really going to be 16. So we've got 9 times 16. Let's think about this. 9 times 10 would be 90, and 9 times 6 would be 54. So if we put those together, we're going to have 144. Okay? This is an interesting problem here. Number 24. We have a negative 3, but then we have a negative 5, and that's squared. So you write it out like that. So it depends on how you want to do this. I'm going to do these two first, because then I'm going to have a positive 25 times 3. That's going to give me negative 3. It's going to give me 75, and it's going to be negative. I had 3 negative symbols there, so I knew I was going to be negative. So you got negative 75 on that one. All right, let's take a look at these word problems. Maybe I'll do one of them for you, and otherwise you're on your own for this. If you have $216 and you spend $12 each day, how long will it be until you have no money left? Well, we're looking at 216, and we're dividing that by 12. Okay, and how long will it be? Well, I'm going to go old school on you here. 216, and we'll divide it by 12. You know what? I'll go new school. 12 doesn't go into 2. It does go into that. It goes into 1 times, and when I subtract it, well, let's see. We have to do a trade here. 11 minus 2 is 9. You got 9 left over, so you can bring your 6 down. And we've got 96. 12 is going to go in there 8 times. So we've got, that's 96, sorry. Subtract it out. We zeroed it out. So we've got 18 is our quotient here. So that's going to be equals 18 days. All right? You can use a calculator if you'd like. I'm not testing on your ability to multiply and divide, but any time I get a chance to run through division with you, I do. Okay? All right. Have a good time.